Anthropic is on a streak. First they released Claude channels as a competitor to openclaw. Now they have given Claude the ability to control your computer. Yes, now Claude can control not only your browser but your whole Mac. In this video, I'll be putting it into test and see how good it is. We start by going into the cowork mode in the Claude desktop app. From there, we go to dispatch. If you have just installed the Claude app, it may not work. For that, you have to go to settings and then general for desktop app, and then you have to enable computer use. So let's get started. First, we try to open Apple Music and play the latest song from Martin Garrix. But as you can see, it doesn't work. Claude says Apple Music is blocked from computer use by policy. So there are some restrictions with these features, guys. No issues, we'll try something else. Something simple. Open the downloads folder and show me the latest image. You can see it starting to control my Mac, and we have that iconic glue which we see in the browser use mode, all around the screen. It clicks the download folder. The latest image is right in front of it, but it changes icons view into a list view in the Finder. It sorts the list by date, and good it was able to select such a small option. Then it goes out of the downloads folder. It then clicks view at the top and clicks sort by, and then suddenly closes it. Then it opens up search, only to ignore it and open the first image. So it says it completes the task and says it's the latest image, but it's not. Only thing it had to do is scroll a bit to find the correct image. So it failed. But I gave it the feedback and said maybe that's not the latest image, I guess. Now again Claude goes back to work. This time it goes to recents, which is a good thing to do. Again it changes it to list to see all the details of the contents. Again it opens up the first image it sees, which is not the right one. It opens up the next image, which is also not the right one. Again gave it feedback. I said maybe you should check the downloads folder. It goes again and clicks the download folder, and this time it picks the right image. It took a bit of back and forth, but it was able to do it. Now let's ask something difficult. This time it has to open Final Cut Pro, a video editor app. It has to create a new library and a new project and import a video. Add the video on timeline and also add an old footage like filter on it. So this is too much. Seeing the previous performance of this model, we don't have much hope, but let's see. So it opens a Final Cut Pro, clicks new and names a new library and creates it. Then it creates a new project. Now the hard part, importing the right video. It clicks the import button, clicks desktop, scrolls a bit and finds the right video and imports it. Absolutely awesome. Now it's time to add it on the timeline. And it does that. Now just the final step, adding an old looking filter. And it does that as well. Awesome. It took a lot of time to do it, but it was able to do it. Now let's take this up a notch. I asked it to add a subscribe text from the 7-minute and 16-second mark, and it should be flashing. I don't know how it's going to scrub through the timeline, but it finds a way. It clicks on the time code and changes it to exactly 7 minutes and 16 seconds. Then it clicks on file, then closes it for no reason. And then it was going to click edit, but it corrects itself, and over the next few steps, it picks the correct text and loads it on the timeline. It's awesome what these LLMs are able to do now. Now the hard part. It has to stretch this take right till the end. It tries a bunch of methods here and there, and at one point it even deletes the text it added. But it adds it again, and at this time, the text goes till the end, exactly how we asked. Now it selects the text, it changes the text to subscribe, and yeah guys, if you're enjoying what Claude is doing right here, subscribe. Now it has to make it flashing. And I help it out a bit by minimizing the Claude window so that it can see the inspector. You can see it's adding keyframes and changing the opacity. And you can see it flashes for a while. Although not the best, but it works. Next I ask it to download Pixelmator app, a photo editing app from App Store. You can see it opens up the App Store and sees two apps with the name Pixelmator. So it asks me which one to go with. I said the first one, and it clicks it. Next, I ask it to open Pixelmator and edit the image, which I say it to edit. But instead, it edits it in a sandbox instead of doing it in Pixelmator. The output is not that bad, but we are testing its computer use capability, so I wanted it to do it in Pixelmator. I tried a lot and did a lot of back and forth, and finally it was able to open up the image in Pixelmator. But even after that, it tried a lot, but it says it couldn't see the Pixelmator app even if I keep it open in front of it. So this is where Anthropic has to work a bit. It seems to have some issues with some apps. Anyways, all of this was edited and sped up, so it felt very fast to you. But if you followed the timestamps at the very top, it took a lot of time and it was very slow, as the folks at Anthropic already said. But I'm fascinated by how accurate it was with very small buttons and all. What it lacked was speed and access. Otherwise, it was awesome. What do you think about it? Tell me down in the comment sections, and if you like this video, why not subscribe? With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.